My entire world is ending. I've been watching my back for the past few days. Why are you watching your back for the past few days? Why? Okay. There's two cliches in this. There's the entire world is ending cliche, because that's in a lot of stories. And then there's the I've been watching my back for the past few days cliche. I just don't see any, because those are the most common. Well, one of them is pretty common, but the other one isn't as common. But I've been watching my back for the past few days is a really common cliche nowadays. When it comes to people writing creepypastas, that's the only thing they can come up with, because they don't want to think outside of the box when it comes to that shit. I mean, I get it. I get you don't have any ideas, but try to stretch your mind just a little bit, author, or whoever the fuck wrote this. Seriously. Anyway. And even though I had gotten rid of it, it is still behind me. What's behind you? What's behind you? A guy dressed in a penis costume? Is that it? Is there a guy dressed in a penis costume behind you? It watches me, and I know it does. So the guy in the penis costume is clearly watching you. Okay. I came up with the penis joke. It's not even, no. It's not in the story. I'll turn and I'll see it. Yeah, big giant penis. I need a way out of this, but I should probably explain a little more of what I mean. Back in September of 2014, my friends and I all went to the fair for some fun. We did games and rode in the skylift. It was when I got home, I decided to go online and look at those haunted games that you see. Like for one example, the Midnight Game is one that I read a lot. Okay, first off, the Midnight Game is not even a game, really. It's just a ritual that according to the story, the Midnight Game is a ritual that the pagans used as a form of punishment, per se, for disobeying the gods. So they would do this, maybe at about midnight, the person would knock on a door about maybe 20 times or something, I can't remember, but then they would sign their name in their own blood, their entire name, it's just a really stupid ritual. It's like a form of punishment, but a lot of youngins like to try this shit just to see if it's real, but in retrospect, it is not. It's just a ritual, and I don't recommend doing it, because I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to do it. And then I saw a new one. This one says that you need a person of the opposite sex to play it with. Okay, is this game called Sex? Is it Sex? Happy fun time? Is that it? It's not, is it? No, okay. So I got my friend Hannah to play it with me. She came over and sat on my bed while I read the instructions aloud. All we had to do was sit back and say a simple word every other second. The word was asterisks, because there's 10 asterisks in the quotes right here, and I don't really see that being a real simple word. But then again, nothing is simple nowadays anyway. And it was easy it wasn't easy to mess up on, excuse me. We also had to close our eyes and have lit candles all around the room. We sat on my bed and closed our eyes after lighting the candles. Then we both said asterisks, I guess. We waited for something to happen. I had also read that we're not supposed to open our eyes until we've said the word 10 times. We don't even know what the word is. Is it tits? Is it pussy? Is it sex? Is it dick? Is it asshole? Is it rectum? Is it shit? Because this, on a scale of shitty to shitty, this story is still shitty so far. It's just another one of those really, really bad written ritual stories, I guess. I don't know. It's just shitty. So we said it again after 4 seconds. And again until we had said 10 of them. I know for a fact it was 10 because I would open my palm and place a finger on my chest after each time. So I opened my eyes and all the candles were out. I turned around to see Hannah and she was crying. Why are you crying? I'm sorry. Hannah, did you put out the candles? Wallace, I'm so sorry. Hannah, what did you do? Answer me now. Hannah, answer me right now. Now, Hannah. Now. I opened my eyes in the middle of the game. I stared at her and I didn't know what to say. She was still crying very hard, and I looked as if she had died. I turned on the lights and opened my laptop back to this website. Hannah, what did you see? I barely saw anything, I swear. It was too dark for me to see anything. Hannah, tell me what you saw. Not now. I got back to the web page and searched up the game and what happens if you opened your eyes during this game. It said nothing much will happen, but it is only applicable if both opened your eyes. If only one opened, it's still not good. Obviously, this was a very scary situation. Not only I was going to get hurt from this, but Hannah was going to get an even more severe punishment. I kissed her on the forehead to get her to calm down, then I walked her back to her dorm room. I told her goodnight and then headed back to my dorm room. I was halfway back when I heard what sounded like footsteps behind me. Oh, it's the footsteps behind me, cliche. Ugh. Probably one of the most common cliches out there in most creepypastas. I don't know. This is I don't know what to think. I really don't know what to think. I don't even know what to say. I turned around and I saw nothing. I shrugged it off and continued walking in the night back to my dorm room. The next day, I was awoken to the knocking at my dorm room door. I got up and walked to it and opened to see that Hannah was standing in front of me. I let her in and she sat on my bed. I sat on my chair and we sat there quietly for a good 10 minutes until she spoke up. I saw something. What'd you see? You saw what? A figure. It looked human, but I couldn't tell completely. It was putting out all the candles when it would look at us to make sure we had our eyes closed shut. I didn't see any more until it walked up and started breathing on me. That was when you said it was okay for us to open our eyes. That sure is something. The worst part was this morning. I was walking with my friend Amelia, and I heard some footsteps coming closely behind us. I turned and saw someone I didn't know. I asked Amelia what she thought of the girl behind us. She turned and said she saw nobody. I turned and she was still there. I asked her if she was joking, and she looked completely serious. I had something like that happen to me last night. I was walking back from your dorm room and heard some footsteps. I turned around, but nobody was there. You've got to be messing with me. I can't believe this. Just please stop. With that, she dashed out of the room. If only her last words to me weren't, please stop. The police found her body mangled and destroyed a few miles from campus. She had been missing for 2 days until they found her near a supermarket parking lot. Her arm was broken, her bone in her leg was completely shattered, and her throat was slashed. I was terrified for this. I was one of the last people to see Hannah, so I knew the police would come to me and ask me about what happened. I heard a knock at the door, so I went to go and check it out. I looked out and saw a man in a tracksuit just standing in front of my door. He wasn't moving, he was just staring at my door. He knocked again, and then I said, "Get the fuck away from me." That got some other people to turn their heads. They walked up to my door and started asking if I was alright in there. They didn't notice the man in the tracksuit. I ran to the window after grabbing my cell phone and keys. I didn't want to know what the man was going to do, but I sure as hell didn't want to find out either. I opened the window and slowly moved over to the rain gutter and went down both floors and managed to get away. I got into my car and started to drive away. I didn't know where to go, and I looked up. I saw it in my rearview mirror. It kept walking towards my car. I sped up more and got off campus and away from that thing. Since then, I started doing research about the game Hannah and I had played. The game is detailed as a vicious attempt of immortality. If you can manage to avoid the temptation of looking at this creature, even when it gets close to you, you will be granted immortality. Okay. You could also go to the Fountain of Youth. You could go to the Fountain of Youth and slaughter a whole bunch of sirens, because I think, according to the story, the myth of the Fountain of Youth is that a whole bunch of sirens, meaning mermaids, guarded, I think. I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know what it means, but I think that's what it is, but I don't know. But you don't need to do some stupid fucking ritual game. You could just go slaughter a bunch of sirens and then go drink some water from the fountain of youth and become a baby again. However, if you gaze upon it, it will try to kill you. Nobody will see it. Only you and the other player will see it. No one has survived looking. Now that you've gone to the point of my story where I needed shelter, I'll tell you this. I'm not rich, so I have to go to a dollar store or a fast food restaurant for anything. Okay, this is extremely irrelevant, but okay. I'm not rich either. Okay. Am I gonna be like in a story? Oh, now that I've gotten to this point in my story, I'm gonna have to tell you this. I'm not rich. Okay. I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna keep telling my story, and I'm not gonna say irrelevant shit like, "Oh, I am not rich." Oh well. I went to my friend's place to crash, and they said it was okay. I took the extra bed that was in their room, and then it came back. It was a woman this time. It wore a blue dress and was banging on the front door. I knew what it wanted, so I tried to get back to sleep. This was only until I heard a scream coming from downstairs. My friends and I ran down and saw that it had murdered their mother by ripping out her tonsils. I ran back up the stairs, hoping that it would follow me and not them. I got to the second floor and realized that the hall seemed longer than it should have. I turned the corner and saw my friend, Alex, was being hung. I ran out of that room, and she was getting closer. I ran into another room to see my other friend pinned against the wall. I kept seeing everyone that I knew and loved dead in each of the rooms. I wanted to escape. I got into a room where I saw Hannah's dead body, and I jumped out the window. I waited for this fall to kill me. I opened my eyes screaming as the last candle was put out. The creature stood hunched over my bed. It smiled and then vanished. Hannah turned around, wide-eyed and crying. I'm sorry. Hannah, I saw it too. There's no need to be sorry. I hugged her as she started sobbing into my shoulder. Then I heard footsteps down the hall and banging on my dorm room door. Okay. In my opinion, this sounds like a cliffhanger to me. But honestly, if I had to make a guess as to what happened, the black hunchback fucking creature decided to put his cock on their chins and decided to kill them. I think that's what happened. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and just guess that. On a scale of shitty to shitty, I've said this earlier, this story is still fucking shitty. That's why it's called a damn ShittyPasta for a reason. But then again, you can blame the author for this. And I'm not gonna put a link in this story for the story into the description because I don't want you guys. Do you guys really want to read something this fucking terrible? In my opinion, it's fucking terrible, fairly badly written, and this story doesn't even show any promise. I'm sure you guys can understand that. But, I don't know. This story is just really fucking stupid.